Hey everyone, it's the Honest Tarot Reader. We have another collab today with Poetic the Divine. Please check that channel out. They are doing, I think it was like why people are obsessed with you or something like that. I forgot. But very interesting video topic, very spicy, very sexy. Very fun to watch, very fun to read. So go check that out when you're done with this video and check out her channel and subscribe and all that. Anyways, so today we're asking, what is sexy about you? What do people find sexy about you? Could be a specific person, could be something general. Whatever you like. Apply the reading to your situation. So we have 3 piles here. Pick the one you're the most drawn to. Timestamps will be down below, as well as any information to book a personal reading with me. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started. Pile 1, what do people find sexy about you? So there's a lot of overlapping cards. I feel like you're a very quirky person, or you're very different, you're very strange. And we also have a lot of like water sign, like Pisces and Cancer energy coming through. What's sexy about you is something to do with your house, or how you're very close to your family, or just the way your house is. It's always clean, it's always a vibe. You keep your house looking good, and that's something really sexy. People admire it about you, which is so odd, but I have heard it before, where some people are like, it's rare to find a girl who keeps her room clean. I don't know, I've heard it, but I don't know if I believe it, but whatever. But they like how you are around the home. You might be very connected to your culture, you have a nice room, you keep a nice decor, you're very peaceful. It's all good in the home. They really like that. And then, oh my god, I'm being distracted, hold on. I'm being like spammed on the phone. Okay, I turned it off. Okay. Another thing they find very sexy about you is your eyes. Your eyes are very, very sexy. Also your chest. Your chest is out there, but your eyes are very sexy, and there's a very like dreamy quality to you. You might be very like mysterious, hard to read, hard to grasp. Like, people kind of project onto you a lot about what they feel. A lot of people with mommy issues might tend to project onto you, like their home life or their home issues onto you, or like whatever mommy problems, whatever, onto you, because you're just so easy to project on, because you're so mysterious. There's so much like blank gaps about you in someone's brain, so they fill in the gap with their own projection. So it's something sexy about you, that you're someone that you could easily have their fantasies projected on, because you're very mysterious, you're very hard to read. It's also really sexy that you have a very strong intuition. Like, you kind of, when you look at people, it's almost like you're reading right through them, or you see right through them. You have a very strong intuition, but you might not verbalize that. People can see that you're like reading someone, or you just feel some type of way. You might wear your heart on your sleeve, but you won't verbalize it, and people find it like intriguing. You're so super mysterious, and your intuition is just something really sexy, or the way that you see things, the way that you read other people, and you're just you're really mysterious. Like, you're just there in the background and you don't do anything, and that's sexy to some people. I really find it so confusing, but that's what I'm getting. You might be a very feminine person, and that's really sexy to some people. Like, you might be very graceful, have a very feminine body, very feminine shape, very feminine way of dressing. There's a lot of femininity in this pile, and it's not a forced fake femininity, it's like a true femininity, because a lot of people will listen to like coaches all day and fake it, you know, and you can tell they're faking it and they're putting on a character. For you, it's genuine, and that is sexy. And you're also just very emotionally stable. that is also something huge. Your vibe, the vibe you give off is very peaceful, very comforting, and very emotionally safe, but also very deep and very mysterious. This is like very water sign-esque type of energy. What's sexy about you is your demeanor, the way you show that you care, the way that you're emotionally stable, the way that you are emotionally connected to yourself, the way you understand your emotions and the tides and the way that things change and shift. You have a very strong understanding, and you're just very connected to your nurturing side or your feminine side. And that's something that's very, very sexy. What's sexy about you is when you get high, if you do like to get high or drunk or whatever, you're very sexy or very sexual when you're under the influence. But also just your knowledge and your mind. Like, you're very wise. You kind of remind me, like, of that one mysterious character that keeps to themselves and speaks in riddles all day long, and someone here's into that, okay? But, yeah, okay. What else do we got here? Also, your handwriting or the way that you write or how you're so focused when you're writing or reading a book or drawing is very, very sexy. You have a very strong focus on certain things, and that's very sexy to some people. Your imagination is very sexy. You're very wild, you're very out there, you're very creative, and you're also kind of like not on this earth. I think you just don't really care about things, or you view life in such an out of the box way, and it's very sexy to people. Whatever mundane issues that bother people don't really bother you. You're like, why do you care? This is such a first world problem. Like, that's you. You're just on another reality. You're on another way of thinking. You are too out there. You're very enlightened, and people find it really sexy. You also tend to run away a lot. You might be very skittish or just like mistrusting or something, but you kind of, because I'm seeing that fucking vampire from Twilight, fucking Edward or whatever, and how he's like, get away from me, to like Bella or whatever. I couldn't get into the movie. It was so cringe. I watched it too late. I watched it in my 20s and I just couldn't get into it, okay? I was not a 12-year-old when I watched it. It was so cringy to me. I'm sorry. But you kind of push people away, or you're always running away, and people find it really sexy. Like, you leave a lot of room for mystery. People want to know what makes you tick emotionally. Like, they're just very curious about like your mind, how you think. Yeah. Okay, what else? What's sexy about you is, oh my god, the way you fart. I'm sorry. I see a cloud on here and it's making me think of farts, so I'm gonna say it. What's sexy about you is the way that you fart, or like something about your toilet. I feel like the way you clean your toilet, the way you enjoy cleaning your toilet, or the way your bathroom is clean is very, very sexy to someone. What the hell? Who is this? That's really alarming. You might be also very good with plants, or you really enjoy nature and plants, and you find yourself being surrounded by it, or you just wear a lot of like floral things. You like to have plants on your desk in your room, or like things that have like leafy patterns or whatever. People find that sexy. It's very wholesome. You're very whole and wholesome, which is really sexy. You can be very playful as well. Like, you have these moments where you're very playful and it's really sexy, and you're very balanced about it. You're very calm, you're very stable as well, and you're very like in tune with yourself. I mentioned that before, but the fact that you're very stable is very sexy to other people, because a lot of people, and you're gonna realize this when you're a healed person, a lot of unstable, unhealed people gravitate towards you, or a lot of people with issues will gravitate towards you because they subconsciously want to be like you, or they subconsciously, you're subconsciously gravitating towards people who have what you lack, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how broken of a person you are or not. But you're very stable emotionally, and you might notice that you attract a lot of crazy people into your life, or really unstable people, or really anxious, pessimistic people, and you're the complete opposite. And people are drawn to your sense of stability, your sense of calmness, your sense of groundedness, your sense of emotional stability. Like, emotionally, you are so good, you are so strong, you're so great. Your mind, your mental health, like, you have peak mental health or something, or it appears that way to other people, and people are very attracted to that. And just the way that you're realistic but also positive is something that people are really attracted to and they find very sexy. You're also just a very unique person. Honestly, there's no one else quite like you. You're very calm, but you're also very playful. Like, you have a very good balance of serious and play, and you can bring playfulness in serious situations perfectly. And that is something that's very sexy about you. Like, you're playful with your coworkers and can still keep a serious professional relationship. You're playful with your parents but also have a respectful bond between them. You can call people out about certain issues you're having with them, but do it in a light and silly manner and still get the point across. You're very playful and silly in a way that is really, like, it just works. It's like, how do you do that? How do you think of that? Where does this come from? Like, your character, your enigma, you're just an enigma. Like, your character is very mysterious but also fun and entertaining. I like this. I'm attracted to this pile. I think this pile is sexy. What the fuck? You're very rare and you're very unique. Very, very unique. Like, there's literally no one else quite like you. You're someone very different. I feel like people want to know your lore, or your lore is very sexy. People want to know, like, how did you become like this? What's your story? What happened to you? Or when you tell people your story, your backstory, what happened to you, why you became the way you were, or just like life lessons, your wisdoms, people find it really interesting, really sexy, really attractive. You're very wise beyond your years, but you still did not lose that childlike quality to you, or that fun, playful quality about you. This is like a true feminine energy. I hate that fake femininity bullshit where people try to act like a ditzy, dumb, materialistic girl and they're like, this is feminine energy. It's fuck off. Honestly, that pisses me off. It really pisses me off. Women can be smart and feminine. Femininity is really just about making a social situation comfortable and fun, you know what I mean? And to be able to flow like water. It's not about being a retard, and I wish more people knew that. You are a true feminine, though. You know that. Anyways, that is it for this reading. I hope you like it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box. And remember, this is a collab, so check out the link below and watch the other video. Okay, bye! Pile number 2, what's sexy about you? What do they find sexy about you? What's sexy about you is that you are creative, you're an artist, you see things differently, you come up with creative solutions. You might be really good at math, and that's really sexy, or really good at crunching numbers for some reason. Your aesthetic, the way that you have an eye for beauty, an eye for arts, like your environment, I don't know, are you like an interior designer? You're very good at like curating a space or curating some type of design. Very artistic, very aesthetic. Like, that's a huge thing. You might be very clean, very organized. You really care about the look of things. Excuse me, I'm like burping. But that's something you really care about. People might find sexy about you is your nails, your makeup, your tattoos, just the way that you design yourself, the way that you put together an outfit. so sexy. You're very good at just looking at the big picture of a look, of a design, of an artistic piece. Like, something artistic is really sexy about you. What's sexy about you is that you're super productive and organized. I kind of mentioned this a bit before, but you're very organized. You're very on top of your studies, on top of your chores, on top of your to-do list, on top of your stuff. You're very productive, and people really find that sexy. You're also maybe you do gratitude journaling, or you just like to do art again, just like pile one. That's something very sexy. You're very like in tune with your journal that you draw in or write in. Maybe you have a diary or whatever, or you just have a gratitude journal, whatever. You're very in tune with that, and that's something people find sexy. I'm really just getting like time management, honestly. People find it sexy that you make time for things, again, very organized. People they find it very sexy that you stick to things, you commit to things, you commit to your goals, and you can see progress. Maybe you have like a public Instagram where you're showing your weight loss progress, or your gym progress, or your art progress, or some type of progress that you're making. People find it sexy that you stick to things until you get to the end result that you want, and people can see progress. People find it really sexy that you wear like jewelry or a watch. People find your teeth and your smile very sexy, or your height. You might have really straight hair, or your hair's not so curly, and people find it very sexy, or your hair might be very dark. People find it very sexy that you have a dog, or you're very good around dogs or pets or cats. People find it really sexy that you're a swimmer, or you're very good at swimming, or the way that you swim is very sexy, or just something about you in swimwear, maybe. People find it very sexy that... Are you an eye doctor? Because I keep hearing ocular distance. Is it your glasses? I'm not sure. People find the way that you walk very sexy. People find your bone structure very sexy. Maybe you have a very like... I have a friend like this. I know it's not a regular standard of beauty. Normally the standard of beauty is to have like a tiny, thin, hooked, like upturned nose. But you might have like a very high nose bridge and a very strong forehead, and that is very sexy to some people. Like, you carry a very unique feature, and it probably has something to do with your bone structure, that it just looks very nice on you. Or maybe you have very wide jaw and like hollow cheeks, and it looks very good on you. Very big teeth that look very good on you. There's something very unique about you that looks very good on you. Again, I'm getting overlapping cards about achieving goals, being organized, being disciplined, being motivated, overlapping cards constantly. You're a very successful person, and you don't procrastinate, you don't let problems get to you. It's never a bad day for you, it's never a bad time for you to just achieve your goals. You're just very motivated and very goal-oriented no matter what. People really like your nails. Your nails and your hands are really sexy, or the way you move your hands, or just the way you gesture your hands are it's very sexy. You're very also, like, I feel like you're a no-nonsense person. If something's giving you a bad vibe, you're like, nope, peace out, bye. And you don't wish someone hate if they're doing wrong by you. You don't have resentment. You don't want revenge on people. You're not petty. You kind of you're like, okay, I hope God helps them. I hope God heals them, or whatever. I wish them well, but I don't want to be a part of this. Bye. Like, you're not a hateful person. You don't have hate in your heart when someone does wrong by you. You kind of just dip and you don't care. And people find that very sexy about you, that you can recognize when something's being bad for you, but you don't take it personal. You're very much like focused on other things. What's sexy about you honestly isn't the way that you give people care or attention or anything. It's just the more you focus on you, the more you focus on your goals, the more you focus on your well-being, the sexier you get. So I really encourage that for the people viewing pile too. Okay, that is it for this reading. I hope you like it. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box. And don't forget to check out the collabed video. I have it linked below. Okay, bye! Pile number 3, what's sexy about you? Or what do they find sexy about you? What's sexy about you is that you are very spiritual, or you have a very spiritual Zen mindset, or you're just very religious, you're very introspective, you work on yourself, maybe you're very into self-help, self-care, but you really want to understand your mind and how you work, or just your soul, your spiritual purpose, or whatever. You're very much into that spiritual, religious stuff, or just into feeding your soul and your mind and your heart. That's something you're very, very into, and people find it very, very sexy that you're into something. You're not like, this is gonna sound mean, I'm just gonna say it, not because I feel this way about these kinds of people, but it's just an insult that's coming to mind. But you know when people say like basic hoe, you're not a basic hoe. I don't have a problem with basic hoes. They can be fun, but it is like an insult that some people or some guys throw at girls, or some girls feel about guys, that they're very basic. You're not a basic person. You have like a unique interest, and you don't come across as basic. I also feel like what's sexy about you is that you are you willing to start beef? Do you have like a problem with someone? You're willing to like stick up for yourself, start a fight, or stand up for yourself. You're also not afraid of getting into drama with other people. You might have ongoing drama, and people find it, not only do they find it hilarious and entertaining, they also find it sexy, the way that you're beefing with someone, or the way that you just have sass and attitude towards you. Your attitude is very sexy, and you will hold people accountable for the stuff that they do. You do not care. You do not care about keeping the peace. You couldn't give a flying fuck about that. You will cause problems. You enjoy causing problems. Or you naturally just do it because people get under your nerves, or they get on every single nerves. We have 7 trillion nerves in our body, and someone out here is managing to get on every single freaking one of them. And you're letting it be known that it's a problem, and people find it sexy and funny. People find it very sexy that you're always outside. Maybe you have like a very nice tan to your skin, a very nice glow to your skin. There's something about your hair that's also very, very sexy. Also, the way you dress is very, very sexy. I feel like you're very comfortable showing skin, or wearing clothes that are very revealing, and people find that very sexy. You are, I don't know if you're a fan of modesty or not. It doesn't matter, to each their own, but this is kind of the energy that I'm reading. The way you wear your clothes and the way you're comfortable in your body is very, very sexy. I also feel like you don't even sexualize your body. You're just comfortable with it. And that's something that's very, very sexy. Your body is just your body. You love it. Period. What's sexy about you is that you are an adventurous person. You're always traveling. You're always somewhere. You're always exploring something. You're always doing something. You're always in another country. You probably go to the beach a lot, or in some foreign resort a lot. You're always traveling, and people find it sexy. People find it sexy that you are so clean, and you smell so good and so fresh, and you also radiate a positive energy to you, or you radiate good smell, because I'm just like seeing like a person and like things radiating off of them. in my mind's eye. But yeah, you smell really nice, or something about your area, your room smells really nice. Maybe you have a lot of essential oils lit, a lot of candles, scented candles, incense. You really take self-care to a whole nother level. Like, everything's matching. Your towel, your hair towel, your toes, your shampoo bottles, they're all matching, or they're all cute. You do not take self-care lightly, and it is not something that you cheap out on. It's something that you really, really invest in. You put flower petals in the bathtub. You do face masks every week. You have the most expensive, interesting tea mixes. Like, you're really into self-care. You have every single type of lotion that one can possibly have. That's you. You always have your feet looking clean. I don't know why your feet are coming through to me, but you have really sexy feet. Like, really sexy feet. To someone. Someone is very interested in your feet, and I don't know if you're gonna like that or not, but there's that. What else do I have here? I'm like constantly getting distracted as I read because people are like actually spamming my phone. Give me a second to channel. People find it sexy that you have very strong relationships or connections to other people. You can be very loyal to your friends and people that you are like, you're an important friend, you're a close, important relationship to me. The way you act to your close relationships are very sexy. Maybe you have like a sexy best friend, and that sexy best friend makes you sexier. Maybe you are in a romantic relationship and your partner's really sexy, which makes you look even more sexy, or the way you act in a relationship makes you sexy, or the fact that you got into a relationship gives you that relationship glow that makes you really sexy. What else here? Just the way you are with your relationships in general is really sexy. Yeah. I also feel like the way you ask questions, you might be very like not direct. You're not direct. You're very subtle, and that is something that is very attractive, is that you get the answers you want without directly asking. You kind of move like a little sneaky snake or something, or sneaky fox, to get the answers you want or to get the things you want. And you really like to get to know people. I do feel like you're the type of person, what's really sexy about you is when you find out what someone wants, you're able to morph exactly into it. So if you know the person that you are interested in is very interested in I cannot talk. Bossy women, okay? If the person you're into is very into bossy women, you can morph into that and play the part immediately. Maybe you're very good at cosplay or something, or role play, and that's very sexy, or you're a very good actor and that's very sexy, but you can morph exactly into what people want and what they're looking for. If your friend is, I don't know, they want a quiet, good listener friend, you can be that if you want to be. If your partner or the guy you're into really wants a caring feminine person, you can morph into that, or vice versa for whatever gender is watching. You can morph into another person's type very, very easily, to turn them on. And I do feel like what's sexy about you is that you are very open and promiscuous, or just very open-minded in the bedroom. Nothing is really off limits with you, and that's something that's very sexy. What's sexy about you is that you have an emotional connection to the people that you engage with sexually. Like, people feel like they're on a high after they engage with you physically, or you kind of just like really put people in a trance, or they just become hooked on you after you sleep with them or engage with them in that kind of way. Even if it's just like talking or like kissing or whatever, like you really, really get people hooked on that part of you, that physical part of you. people get really hooked about it because you're just, I don't know, there's a very sexual, seductive way you go about entertaining people physically. Yeah, and I feel like people, they don't get enough of you in that kind of way. They don't get enough of you sexually. They kind of want more. They're hooked. They're attached. You know exactly what they want. It's like you can tell exactly what someone wants from someone sexually. Almost like you can read them, and you're a very good intimate partner to other people. That is all I'm getting. How interesting. Okay, I hope you like this reading. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, all my information is in the description box. And be sure to check out the collab video. I'll have it linked below. And that is all for today. Bye, y'all.